Welcome back, my dears. Today we are going to be looking at my budget room makeover with entirely upcycled thrifted items. The room was a bedroom, or is a bedroom, and what I was thinking was to give it a kind of restoration hardware kind of look, and to me that's like a Euro modern look with vintage vibe. I always think of like world travel or academia, in a pared down way. So what I started with was the bare basics. The floor was going to be replaced. We filled all the walls and did all the prep work. There was a lot of preparation because this room was in a bit of a mess. So cleaning, painting, new floor. That was our starting point. So everything that I'm using for decor has been thrifted, and they're all in my thrift videos, and they're from months past, recent. So everything that I've done, nothing has been more than a couple of dollars. The look I was going for, like I said, was like a world traveller, sort of hunting lodge. This was going to be a very masculine inspired room as opposed to the girly room that was next door. So I started out with these wooden blocks. They're used for various things. You can put these are picked up in the thrift store, but I've seen these at the Dollar Tree and also Michael's. So as you can see, this was a Christmas decoration, and this was something I think I picked up from Walmart. I've seen it in Walmart. I didn't pick it up from Walmart. I picked it up for, I think it was $7 a couple of years ago, and I thrifted that. So this is a hanger. This was, like I said, it was in my kitchen. So that's just going to be screwed to that wooden block. This is going to be sprayed. I'm going to fill that gap, and then I'm going to spray it, and then I'm going to add that to that mounted wall mount, and it's going to be glued. I did take some extra dark stain, and I just went over the block a few times just to give it a darker appearance, just to give it an aged look, and it tied in better with the existing pieces that I had. I did take the darker pieces of wood and I gave them a coat. It didn't make an awful lot of difference, but they were all kind of the same tone. So once it was finished, I just screwed it to the board. I only had silver screws, but I'll show you how I fixed that in just a moment. With the smaller version, I took and you can see I filled it, and once it's sprayed, it looks much better. It doesn't look so much like an ornament. It looks like maybe it was intended. As you can see, it's screwed in now, and I'm just taking a black marker pen and I'm just going to go over it a couple of times just to fill in the silver of the screws, and then you don't necessarily need black screws. You can colour them in with the black marker. Now, I did shop my house and got a box together of items that I thought I could use in the bedroom. I'd also been out thrifting, and this was Value Village, and picked up a couple of things that I thought I was going to need that I didn't have and couldn't repurpose. This actually is not mine. This is for my daughter. She's moving into her own apartment, and she's picked up a couple of things for me to make over for her. This little table was just great. It's as you can see, it was $5.99. It does fold flat. and the colour's lovely. I was going to use this in my dining room, but I've decided now I'm using it upstairs in that bedroom, and it looks really nice. There was also a couple of items that I thought I could use, but I'm not, because we're moving. I didn't want to pick up too much stuff. I've got stuff, you know. This is why I'm repurposing things that I already have. What I was looking for was a shadow box, and this is exactly what I found. It was $4.99, and I thought I would use it. I did buy some boxes as well for to move, but this was specifically what I went out for, this shadow box, and it works perfectly. What I've decided to do is add some butterflies to it, but I'll show you that process in just a moment. And this is the box of things that I've sort of gone around the house and looked, and things that I thought we could use in the room, which goes with this anthropology theme, you know, the world traveller, or the vintage, that vintage look. So all of these items I put in one place, and then got them ready for the bedroom. These little pieces, I think they were picked up. I thrifted them, but I think they came from the dollar store or Dollar Tree originally. So I just opened up the back and took the little inserts with the butterflies out, and they were already on like a little mounted board. So all I did was I positioned them on the mounting board that was inside the new frame that I bought, to give it that, again, the look of butterflies that had been gathered over time. I do have a display like this similar in my bathroom, and that's the kind of look that I was going for, but I didn't want to take them from the bathroom because they look really nice in there. So this is a cheaper artificial version of what I'd already got in the bathroom. So once I have them in place, I just stuck them down when I was happy with how it looked, and it does give the appearance of that taxidermy, the butterfly collector. So I was quite pleased with how it turned out. As you can see, the little deer head ornament, once it's filled, I gave it a spray with a matte black. It was very, very cold, and the finish was very shiny, so it didn't take all the way, but I really liked the way it turned out. I gave it 2 coats of the flat black spray paint, and then I glued it directly to the wooden wall mount. The next project was a hanging map. You'll have seen these everywhere. They are quite expensive if you buy them, but I picked up the dowels from Home Depot. I think they were like $2.75 each. My husband then cut them to length to fit the size of the map that I was using. The map I picked up from a thrift store for 50 cents. So what I did was I took the same stain that I used in the earlier thrift flip, and I used the same one on just on the ends of these dowels, because that's all you're going to be seeing. Once this is glued up, you're using them as a hanger. One at the top part is the hanger, so I'm going to attach some rope to that, and then the bottom half is the weight to keep the map straight on the wall. So I did stain just the ends, and then as you can see, I'm just taking a paper towel, I'm taking the excess stain off just so that it doesn't rub on the wall or it doesn't go on the back of the map and stain that. So it just give it a really good rub, and it takes most of the colour back off, but it just gives it that nice vintage look. So once that was done, I took a bead of glue and ran it the length of the map, and then I just laid the dowel on top of it just to hold it in place. Like I said, this is going to be the hanger and the bottom is going to be the weight. So I did exactly the same to the bottom, ran a bead, stuck on the dowel, and then I wrapped it back up the opposite way because it had been rolled for so long that it wanted to take that form again. So I rolled it back the other way in the hopes that once it goes on the wall it'll lie flat. I'm still having issues with it lying flat, so I'm going to have to come up with something. I think I'm going to have to either pin or stick some more dowels on the sides to keep it straight. But it's, like I said, it's just for the bedroom. It'll be fine for now. So there's the first room. We did the hallway. It's the tiniest little hallway in the world, but we did it in the same green as the attic room, and it's a nice transition. And here is the finished room. As you can see, the floor is the same floor we've put on in both rooms. I also thrifted this bed, which was $30. We picked that up because we only had mattresses, so I thought it needed a bit of a bed frame, and it fit the room perfectly. This was the existing ceiling fan. They were dark brown fan blades, so I just painted them in the same white as all the trim, which was Benjamin Moore Cloud White, and then just dressed the room. We dressed the window the same as we'd done in the other room, with these are the net curtains from Ikea. I bought exactly the same sets and put them on the windows, so both bedrooms match. The curtains were all from Amazon. I will put those in a link. They are supposed to be velvet. They're not velvet. They look velvety-ish, but the little pom-poms were cute, and I thought they worked perfectly with the grey walls with the navy blue accents. It's very nice. This was an existing picture that I had. There is my little wall hanger, and I just threw the little binoculars on. These were my dad's binoculars, and I thought that's just added to that look. There is no closet door, so I just put a white curtain up where I had an existing. This is an upcycle piece that I've had for a long time. That came out of the attic room. And there is that little table that I picked up, which doesn't match the room at all, but it just looks really nice there. The bedspread was a Martha Stewart. These were a thrifted find. They were in one of my earlier videos. I got a queen size and a twin. So I put the queen on first and then threw the twin on the bottom, and I did the reverse. And that little bed, the headboard and the footboard was $30, like I said. And then I didn't have any pillowcases, but these brown, and I always love the combination of brown and blue. So I just put all the brown chinoiserie, and again it was World Travel, and I think it matched the room. And here is our finished map. And as you can see, I just wrapped the string and hung it off our little faux taxidermy plaque, and again just tied together. I didn't want to put too much in the room. I wanted to give the appearance of light and airiness, and of course, especially when you're trying to sell, you're trying to make everything look as big and bright as possible. So just the one piece of artwork on the wall, which is the map, and like how it turned out. So the door, we took the door off, that has to be trimmed and put back on. And we also haven't got round to making the radiator cover yet, but I wanted to get this video out because obviously there's a lot going on with moving. So I just wanted to make sure that will be done. I will show you a tour of the house room by room before we leave, once it's all finished. There's the picture of the butterflies, again keeping it simple, and these are all things that I've pulled from around the house. The greenery is not real. I'm not very good with greenery in the house. I'm okay in the backyard but not in the house, so I don't have to worry about watering it. That blue unit came from the kitchen, which I miss terribly. It was my tea stand, but it looks lovely in the room. Again, I always wanted the grey walls with the blue accent furniture. I did for 5 minutes think of spraying the bed, footboard and headboard navy, but I thought no, too much. I've got enough on my plate. So that is the finished room, and it just shows you can pick things from around your house and use thrifted items and come up with the look that you're looking for. Just give it a little bit of inspiration and a little bit of time, and you can make it work. I just wanted to say thank you for all the comments on my videos, but I've had a few comments from people who have been inspired by some of the work that I've done. I would love for you to send me your pictures, and I would love to show them in my videos. I think it is great. I'm inspired by other people all the time, and I think it's great if you can pick something from an idea or something that I've come across and then put it to work in your own home. I think it's just lovely. So if you want to send me your videos, you can send it if you look in on my YouTube page about, there is a link to my email. You can send me your videos, and I would love to put them, as I said, on my YouTube channel, and just to show everyone that everyone can do it, and everyone has their own inspiration and their own twist on ideas that they have. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next week for another room makeover on a budget.